So, Surf of the End is finally back, and with season 2 underway, I was definitely going to be reviewing it this season. Now, of course, last week we had that episode 0 come out, but that right there was like mainly a recap, so I saw no point of reviewing it. But episode 1 is now out, and I gotta say, for a first episode, it was like pretty good. It was a nice slow-paced episode, but that right there was like good enough for me, as which is, slowly getting back into the series, of course. And so we see that at the beginning, we had Gurren actually fight against Shinowa, and these two were like sparring, and of course both of them, used their cursed gear. And we see now that even though, it was obvious that like Gurren would like win this, we see that after he had countered, Shinowa's, curse or demon, Shinowa got behind him, and if she wanted to, she actually could have killed him. And so we see now, or we learn actually, that Shinowa's sister, she is not exactly dead. She is currently the demon in Gurren's sword. As of course, her sister actually loved Gurren, and because of that love, that right there allowed a demon to possess her, and then return, Gurren put that demon into his own curse gear, and that right there is crazy when you think about it. But I do wonder if we ever will see, Gurren demon manifest like we see, Shinowa does, or is it possible that we can go into her sword, go into his sword, I guess, and kind of see Shinowa's sister kind of like how we sometimes see, use demon, because that right there would be awesome. But we learn now, or we see that like Shinowa, she actually wants Gurren to stop whatever he has planned for you. And so right now, Gurren was like wondering, is it possible that like Shinowa had like fallen for him? And so right now, Shinowa definitely does not trust Gurren completely, even though these two are family, because even though Gurren is definitely a lot slower on like the Hiragami scale, he is still family to her. And so we see now that Shinowa, she actually went to go see you, who was like in this library reading a book about spellcraft. And so right now we have Shinowa, pretty much taking the book for him and teach him about that. But we see now that eventually when she came across this like certain chapter, she had gave the book back to him. And so right now she was like going to leave, but she asked you if he would like had wanted to still kill all the vampires, even though Mika was alive. And so it seemed now that from like compared to season 1 and definitely start off with season 2, Yu's character has definitely matured quite a bit, because right now he is not so much like revenge crazy, even though he still want to kill plenty of vampires. But right now his main focus is like saving Mika. And so we learn now, thanks to Shinowa, that vampires here are very picky when it comes to like growing their population. No common vampire can like just turn humans, only a noble one can. And so right now, you thinks that the vampire that might have turned Mika was the one who killed the family, but no, that right there was like a queen who actually did that. And I do wonder if like maybe they kill, the queen or whoever she is. I do wonder if that right there will turn Mika back to normal, because I thought that right there is what, Shinowa was like going to tell him, but no. Even though, she got you so excited, she does not know that much. But it was definitely nice to learn just how vampires work a little bit, and of course how they grow, their population. And so right now, you was like being called by the first office, so of course he had to go there. And we see now that when he did, Gurren was there and actually stopped it for a moment. And as they were talking, Gurren was like really full on himself, saying that like that he has used God, Savior, lifesaver, and all this stuff. And pretty much he was saying that like he owns you, and that right there was like a little bit overboard for me. But we see now that Yu has no intentions of like abandoning or betraying his friends. And so we see now that when he went inside, he actually ran into Misaba, and we also learned that like Misaba is also part of a well-known family in the I guess demon company, because of course you finally figured out just how high Shinowa is, and now Misaba is like very high as well. And we actually learned that even though she did not do that much in the last battle, she actually got promoted happened. And so we see at first, you know, she felt like she did not deserve that, and she even thought that like Yu here would make fun of her, but no, like Yu's character has definitely changed quite a bit, and so far I'm liking it because right now he is not that edgy kid who was like so cold and just want to kill vampires. This guy definitely cares about his friends, and it's nice to see him, you know, so mature. And so now when he went up after talking to like Mitsuba, you know, we see that in the room where this interview will like be conducted, you know, there was like a random vampire there, and so we see now, you know, after you had killed that right there was like some kind of loyalty test, and so we see that afterwards, you know, you had to fight everybody that like in this room, and that right there includes somebody named Shinya, and this other guy named what was the name? Kureto, something like that. And so now we see that, you know, Kureto, he actually kind of like tricked, you know, you, because he said, don't have to be a curse, but this guy used his, and I gotta say, you know, when this guy brought out the lightning, I got hype, and even though you here could definitely not even hurt these guys, you know, we see that like Kureto was like actually giving him, you know, kind of like some kind of praise, because you know you seem very honest and like very straightforward, but we see that when this guy gave his back and was like walking away, you know, you here almost killed him or could have killed him for like a sneak attack, and we see some girl that, you know, to me at least, actually reminds me of Mitsuba, you know, save Kureto. And so I was thinking that maybe this girl is also a part of the Sengu family, because they are also high up, and obviously the Hiragi family has a lot of followers, and not to mention Shinya, you know, even though he is not a real Hiragami because he is an adopted son, but this guy is also falling under suspicion as well, because this guy is like very good friends with Goran, and not to mention we have Mitsuba and Shinowa meeting now in like some kind of field, and we have Shinowa like kind of teasing her at first, but Shinowa, you know, might have thought that Mitsuba had kind of like ratted out what happened to you on that battlefield, and that right there is how she got the promotion. But of course Mitsuba is very, very loyal, because she even told you that like they had wanted her to keep an eye on him just in case, you know, this guy could be a spy. But after, you know, you have fought Kureto and Shinya, we see him now be taken to a different room, and we see now that Kimi and Yoshi, these two were like actually being tortured, because right now we have the real interview going underway, and so it seems that like every time you gave like a wrong answer or an answer that they didn't believe were like truthful, we see them now taking like some kind of knife, and they were like stabbing his friends with it. And I thought at first maybe they were stabbing them in the hand, but no, like apparently that right there was not the case. And even on their back, we did not see any like real blood when they eventually, you know, let them go. So where in the world were they stabbing them at? Or it is possible that right there could have been censored. I'm not really sure. But eventually now, you know, you hear, you know, was like being honest, you know, the entire time. And we learn now that is our last name, Hiyakuya, is actually from an orphanage that will like take in kids and actually experiment on them. So maybe it is possible. Obviously, you and Mika, you know, these two were like definitely experimenting on, and so maybe, you know, that orphanage, they use some kind of spell to lock away their their memories, so that way they would not recall that, because I do want to, just how in the world, could you not know that you have something inside you like that? But obviously when Kurote had realized that he had wanted you to, come work with him instead of Goran, but the reason why you did not do that is because Goran would like never use tactics like this, and Kurote said that something like he knows, and that is why, Goran will never catch up to him. And so right now, Kurote is nothing but a big pile of crap. Even though he is an Aragi, I do hope he died, because this guy is nothing but trouble. But we see now that he had let them all go, and we now have everybody, coming back, and Goran was like out there as well. And so right now we have you asking Goran, all these questions, and Goran actually said that, yes, I saved you because you are from, that family or place. And then he said that the only reason why, or why he did that is because he saw value, in you. And this guy will not save anyone, useless. And so right now, Goran is definitely coming off as a possible traitor. I have no idea if the guy will stay loyal to the company, or maybe he will, start his own somewhere, because right now, Goran, man, even though Goran is a beast, I cannot excuse the way he is acting. And so right now, you would like tell him, teach me how to properly use a curse gear, and Goran said he will. So that right there, from that right there alone, we can expect a major power up coming from you soon. It is possible that maybe he will not have to use whatever that is inside him again, but if he does use it, I do hope he had better control, and of course that we can see that a lot more. But like I said, for our first episode, it was great. We also had this one scene where we had, Mika struggling, and then we have that vampire, I believe the name was Farid or something like that. But apparently, because Mika is not drinking blood, he's aging rapidly or something like that. And then we have this one kid who actually came to that vampire noble and actually wanted to work out some kind of deal. And when this guy learned that it wasn't Mika who had, told him about this, we see this guy choking this kid and was trying so hard to actually get Mika to drink from this, drink from this little boy. And obviously now Mika will not drink blood from humans, but I thought this guy was getting all his blood from the queen or whatever she is. So I do wonder what happened with that. But obviously, this guy Farid, he is nothing but trouble, and now he actually wants to take Mika to the progenitor council, and I have no idea what he's planning, but I do hope Mika will get some blood soon, because this guy cannot die, he cannot die before you get the chance to save him. But overall, a solid episode. I loved it. I'm glad this show is back. And of course, I will be reviewing this every Saturday for you all. But as always, don't forget to let me know what you all thought, obviously, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps me out. But as always, you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.